all the modern updates we've been getting lately, it's nice to see a movie actually go back in time.
The heroes have risen and must now fade!
Foreshadowing. Well, that's sufficiently terrifying. Man, kids alive during World War II were a heck of a lot tougher than our current generation. Or were fighter planes shooting near you just an everyday occurrence? My first response to this last 6 minutes of the movie was to repeat, "What is happening?" over and over, and then to wonder what and how many different drugs were being taken when they came up with this introduction to Neverland. However, I give them credit for jumping at light speed from the sad World War II orphan story to insane flying pirate ships, weightless planet pushing, and fantastical floating water bubbles with flying fish all around. Anachronisms like this aren't anything new, and they often feel pandering, and this one kinda works, but either way, Nirvana is always a win.
Is this Canada?
And I forget just why I taste.
Hey guys, remember Les Mis? I was in that too. I can sing real good.
Don't forget to help yourselves to lots and lots of jolly old fun! Welcome to Neverland!
Hugh Jackman doesn't even care. In fact, I think I can safely say that he's never cared less, and that's saying something for an actor who played an immortal, metal skeletoned comic book character with knife hands almost a dozen times. Beautiful beard win. Seriously, guys, I was the lead, don't you remember?
It's death, boy. It's where we end. Most of us.
They don't go all that deep into why Blackbeard needs the fairy dust, but he offers hints throughout the movie if you're paying attention.
Are you scared?
Yes.
Honesty.
Have you come to kill me, Peter?
Wolverine takes a break from gnawing and choking on the scenery to remind us that he is actually a very talented actor. This cat and mouse conversation between foes is one of the best and most sincere moments in the whole movie.
Yeah, that's gonna work, kid. Get up there and wave it at him.
In this world where reality is a fluid concept, they could have just as easily made the sword able to cut through the cable, but they chose the high road and having Peter work smarter, not harder. Yeah, hey Jim, can we come up with a better reason for Blackbeard to need the fairy dust? Oh really? Snow White and the Huntsman? I'm not sure I'd say they loved... Oh, alright.
So the boy is lost?
Yes, he is a lost boy.
I bet they'd handsomely reward anyone who brought him to them.
Well, they haven't got a ship.
Yeah, but they could get one. Who's fought the pirates more than the natives?
Smee and Hook working together again. Or for the first time, depending on your perspective. Now that's an entrance. Wahoo didn't skip leg day. Hook brought a club to a trampoline fight.
He's a boy that can fly. I've seen it. It's terrific.
Compliments. It's a little out of place, but it beats just listening to a bunch of exposition with no tree ring animation. Another beautiful beard win.
And you are just you. Maybe that's enough.
Solid message.
Bon voyage.
So then, that's the Chief's blood he's covered in. Gruesome way to get the message across while keeping it kid-friendly.
There's something we gotta do. You're not gonna like it.
Well, he got ramped up. Very considerate of this crocodile to drag Peter by his pants instead of something easier like a limb or his head. It's almost as if Joe Wright is afraid of exposition by dialogue. And I definitely don't hate it. The kiddos are entertained, if maybe only a bit terrified.
Home's not where you come from, it's where you make it.
Tiger Lily should write bumper stickers. There are some absolutely stunning establishing shots and backdrops in this film. They really immerse you in the fantasy world of Neverland.
Just as the chief described it.
And it's identical to the tree ring version of it.
Let's burn them!
Light them up, cliche dodge.
I am the son of a warrior and a prince. I will never bow to you.
Believing in yourself.
Did you miss me?
Hook, shows up just in the nick of time. This isn't something I typically win since I didn't actually see the movie in 3D, but this film has some scenes that I imagine were awesome to see on the big screen in 3D, and are still pretty great in 2D. The entire pirate ship chase is really fantastic. Alright, this scene annoyed me the first time I saw it because why is the ship all of a sudden affected by gravity? But on my final viewing, I noticed this. So that turned what I thought was a flaw into an internal continuity win. Just a truly sincere moment between two friends. If this didn't give you all the feels, you should have your heart checked. Peter takes a leap of faith without having been able to fly since the first time.
If we're gonna beat him, we're gonna do it together.
Teamwork! I can fly smirk.
Hadouken!
Hugging. That's it? That's all she gets? A laugh? I was prepared to take a win off for not punishing her more, but he took the high road, and that's a better message. So, reluctant win.
Is he a pirate too? No, not yet anyway.
Wink wink, nudge nudge. I really wanted to win multiple scenes just for the score, but I didn't because I felt that it fell more under a personal preference than actual value for the movie. But I am going to give the overall use of music in this film 1 win. Lily Allen has 2 awesome songs that are featured in this film. This movie is full of fantasy, and when making a fantasy film, there are some responsibilities for handling the physical constants of our world. Gravity, for instance, is a pretty widely accepted theory in our universe. Pan messes with our sense of reality by constantly playing with gravity and its general effect on the human body. Long falls with pillowy landings, effortless rope swinging, and the fluidity of Tiger Lily's movements in the last act are only some of the fun to be had. So without further delay...
How do we...
Smee gets it. This is another case of a movie being targeted at the wrong audience. It takes a child's suspension of disbelief to really enjoy the spectacle that is this Neverland. It's definitely not perfect. There are some plot elements that feel like afterthoughts. For instance, Blackbeard's motivations were pretty confusing. Why did he want to kill all the fairies? It's never really fleshed out, but I would assume that fairies make pixum like bees make honey, so wouldn't wiping them all out be counterintuitive? Also, the green screen jungle mist scene was a little wonky. My favorite change to this version of the Peter Pan story is the catalyst for flying. It's not about happy thoughts. In fact, the first time Peter flies, the only possible emotion he could be feeling would be dread. But more importantly was how he flew in the third act. The love he has for his friend finally gave him the courage to believe in himself. For me, that's a much more meaningful message. Otherwise, the pacing is good. Hugh Jackman delivers some great performances, some of which are actually during his scenery-chewing monologues. Levi Miller may not be the next Asa Butterfield, but he has a future ahead of him. And if we can just get Garrett Hedlund working long enough for another Tron sequel, I'll be happy. Most likely alone in that hope, but still happy.
Do they ever have mercy?
Oh, yes, they do.
Often?
Let's go!